Good morning, Microdiscectomy friends. It's Monday morning and I'm just eating a little breakfast, but I wanted to give an update because it's been 1 week since I started the Egoscue method. Just to refresh, I, at about 8 months out of surgery, which I was doing really well with my recovery, you guys. So a lot of people are asking questions. Nerve pain had pretty much gone. I very rarely got zingers or twinges at 8 months, and I don't know if it's because I was just pushing my activity and not focusing so much on my PT, which was my fault, or what, but my piriformis muscle got so tight at the end of 8 months that I had to like stop doing almost everything. Couldn't even do my PT, couldn't do my morning stretches. It was very tight, and I thought, oh, this is just a muscle spasm. I've been having these random muscle spasms everywhere else. I thought that's what it was. It went on for about 5 or 6 weeks. I tried massage. I tried dry needling. I tried, having the PT help me with some different manipulations and movements. I tried rolling around on a lacrosse ball under my ass. I tried heat and rest and Advil, and finally it let go after a real intense session of dry needling, and it could have just been all that time. I decided to just start the Egoscue program because I was introduced to it well before my spine injury, and I've been in touch on social media with the person that operates the clinics here in Colorado. So I finally was like, you know what, we got to try something else, because nerve pain has returned since that little piriformis situation, and the surgeon, I've got an MRI scheduled next Monday. I don't know, I'm gonna do it because I don't have a copay, and it'd be interesting to know. He wants to rule out a reherniation. Let me just tell you, let's just forget about that for right now, because I'm not going back to surgery. And I mean, if I were going to go back to surgery, I would be like a disabled person again. And I'm not a disabled person right now, so that's off the table at this point. Let me just tell you what's happened since a week of Egoscue, and I'll just segue into what's going to happen next. So I went to the Egoscue clinic, and he kind of did his examination. He did his imaging. They're trying to find out if like one shoulder is higher than the other, or one hip is higher than the other, or one is more forward, or whatever, because the principle and theory behind it is that you're like in this grid, and all your joints, your major joints, should be like sitting right on top of one another, from your shoulders to your hips to your knees to your ankles, all the way down. It should be a straight line. There should be nothing should be askew. So we took the images, found out where my, problems were, and I was assigned 6 sort of rather easy E sizes in my menu to do. One of them is just basically laying on my back with my knees at a 90-degree angle. My feet would be here, these would be my knees, this would be this, and then I'd be like this. And that's just laid there for 5 minutes. And you have to make sure your toes aren't like twisted out and stuff. It feels great on my back. And then there's some movements I do with my arms, like I go like this with my arms while I'm in that position, and then I squeeze a pillow with my knees. I do something called air bench, which is essentially an easier wall sit. And that's been interesting, because actually that is one of the things that makes me feel a lot better. So I have 6 sort of easy motions that I do, and I do them 3 times a day. I stuck to it. Actually, on Friday, I did it 4 times, because my goal was to get to my snowboard on Saturday, and I did it. Now, I still have pain in my butt, and I'm gonna stand up here in a minute and show you what's going on with my pain, but I'm going back today. Very happy. I was able to do 10,000 vertical feet at Keystone on their closing weekend, which is fabulous, because I don't think I hit 10,000 feet. There was one other day this season before the pain came back that I think I probably got up to like 15 or 16. that's still like taking it easy for me, you guys. You have to understand, like, was and will be again a pretty avid snowboarder. So 10,000 feet is like, should be the morning. That shouldn't be the whole day. Anyway, here's where I'm at, and I'm going back to Egoscue today you know, the idea is that as things start aligning, other things will start moving, and you've got to go through a whole series of, you know, these regimens to kind of fix your body. And so that's really where I'm at right now. But I'm gonna stand up, try to make this quick. I know it's morning time. I gotta get back to my routine as well. How far away can I stand? I have lots of furniture. Okay, so where I have pain still is just in the meat of my butt, my piriformis, pretty sore. And then where my femur comes into my pelvis, that's tight. And then I have a little bit of pain right here in this muscle down here. That's from snowboarding. It was not feeling that way until I went snowboarding. But I'm going to tell you, I'm still happy that I was able to go snowboarding. I do not regret it at all. I have a little bit of low back pain from snowboarding. My boyfriend took my picture on the mountain, and I'm squatting way too deep and hunching my back over when I'm on my board. So I really was trying to work on just barely bending the knees and keeping the back straight while I was riding. It was a different feeling, but I've got to focus on that. I'm able to bend forward more than I was, but it still pulls. It still pulls. It pulls right here. That's as far forward as I can bend. That is well more forward than I was bending last week. And then when I walk, let's do that. I'm able to get my leg out to a full stride and back to a full stride. Last week, I would put this foot like halfway forward, and then this was a full stride, and then this was a half stride on this. So I'm able to do a full stride with both my legs now without pain. That is massive improvement, you guys. None of these exercises are hard. It's not like physical therapy where you're like doing resistance, and it's really just like getting yourself in these positions that are safe for your skeletal structure and musculoskeletal structure, and like letting it happen. So I'm really excited. I think the pain was, last week I had a lot of pain right here on this bone. This bone is called the PSIS. And I felt like I had a dagger right in that bone, and that's gone. It comes back here and there. Oh, let's talk about nerve pain. Nerve pain has reduced significantly. I do still feel it coming and going, but you guys, it's not a constant, and it was a constant. So far I'm thinking Egoscue is a great idea if you are you know, interested in it. You can look and see if they have it in your state. And then there's a book. Ooh, I don't have my Kindle. The book is called Pain Free, and it's written by Pete Egoscue and one other person. Ooh, I can't remember. But anyway, it's on Amazon, and it goes over like the whole principle behind all this so that it doesn't sound like a bunch of voodoo like when I tell it. But today hopefully we'll get a new regimen or menu as they call it, and then maybe that'll start shifting that pain out of the femur and pelvis area. Who knows? So I will update after I get new exercises, and then I'm just gonna keep updating because it's working. So if you've had the surgery and you are already cleared by your surgeon to lift, bend, and twist with weight or whatever, this might be something that you want to try if you're struggling a little bit to feel like you're getting back to normal. The idea is that, you know, surgery is great. It got me upright, but there's something going on in my body elsewhere that's going to continue to put pressure on the same point, and I may be more likely to re-herniate. You know, people are getting surgery as a fix, but the fix might be elsewhere in the body, and we need to figure out where it is. And I'm a really holistic person, so I do believe that, you know, it's not just the site where you have had this pain and this injury and this surgery. You know, like I mentioned, you know, when I'm on my snowboard, I'm rolling my low back over. That's terrible for your back. So why am I doing that? Is it more comfortable because something's going on in my knee and my hip? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But hopefully I can start putting all of this together, and I'm hoping I'll be able to go again snowboarding. It's Vail's closing weekend this weekend, so I'm hoping we can get up there. And I'm really gonna focus on what my boyfriend noticed, and that is making sure my back is straight and my knees are, I'm only really bending at those knees. I'm not bending in the low back. Because I bet you that's how I herniated my disc the first time. I'm a knuckle dragger and I like to scrape the snow, so maybe I'm just trying too hard to look cool. Who knows? That's my video for today. I hope it was helpful. If you've done a Egoscue method or anything similar, there's a lot of other things out there. I'd love to hear from you if you've had the microdiscectomy and then gone into something like this, because I'm just really interested in it. And I'm interested to learn what happened to you, and I hope this was helpful. Have a fantastic week, and thanks for watching.